Okay, in this practice example, we're going to be looking at pound Aussie on a 4-hour chart. It's a different time frame, just to show you that we can use this on any time frame that we want. The concept still applies, is the same, which is where are the buyers and sellers for your time frame, right? Who's in control? Who is taking the markets to where they want to go? So to be a buyer, since we're working on buyers, we want to work on where the sellers are, throwing in the white towel, or putting up the white flag, saying, okay, enough. So the sellers, lower high sequences, lower low sequences, comes all the way down to here, lower highs, lower lows, down, down, down. And then the market starts to take a turn. As it starts to take a turn, he doesn't use the spot here. So let's put a line of, here's the breach to the downside, where it made a lower low and it held there for a bit. And here is its high. Here is its recent high. So where these two areas are completely watching. It can breach above here and still doesn't mean it's a buy. It needs to challenge this guy and break him. Okay, once he breaks him, notice that the guy who does the breaching is down here now. This is where the breach happens, because that's the guy who was supposed to sell, and now the breach happens, and now it's onto the buy side. Now that it's onto the buy side, and he's even crushed this high, well, let's check the crushing. Yeah, he's crushed the high, and he's maintaining grounds above it, which means he is now making higher high sequences, and the buyers are moving in. Okay? Now that the buyers are moving in, we want to take a look at not only this breach area, but also the low, which is down here. Okay? If we can come all the way back down to here and even breach this area, it doesn't mean it's the seller's turn. It can still mean the buyers are still around. Okay? It's watching this area carefully as well. It's both of these areas. Okay? So don't get that mistaken. So let's move it forward. Here comes some sellers. Okay? We're watching higher high sequences trying to come in. Okay, no higher high, which means these levels still hold. If we have a higher high, it's new levels. Coming down very, very sharply. Okay, let the majority of the market at this stage turn sellers. That's fine. You keep your eye on the ball of, this is buyer's game. If this is the buyer's game, I'm not interested in the sell side. Okay, the market tries to turn. Bounces off the same area. We're still not worried about that because we're trying to see it's still in seller's territory. Okay, it's not a trading system yet. We're not discussing how to pick this up. All we're discussing is whose turn is it? It's still in the buyer's area. All this attempts like, oh man, no higher highs, must be a seller. Nope, it's still a buyer. It's still in his court. Okay. We're going. No higher highs, but no lower lows either. We're turning into a range. No higher highs, no lower lows. We're still in that zone. Okay, we breached the line, but we came right back. Okay. Reattempt to make a higher high. Now, you might get confused. Wait, I made a higher high from there. No, we're trying to make a higher high from this guy. Okay, so priorities. Don't forget priorities. Okay. Take a look at the picture, the big picture. Be that bird in the sky and understand what's going on by looking at the entire terrain. Don't just look at the minuscule stuff. Okay? So keep going. And now you're starting to have a breach, but is it real? Is it holding above? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's take a look. It's still range mode. Still range mode. Fighting. Higher high. Okay, now we have a official breach, and there you have your buyers again. So now there's two sides to this. Okay, there's two sides to this. So, and why I'm teaching you this is most people, you're in this course 99% because you're a trader. There is 1% of you guys who are watching this course who are investors, right? We have some very, very big investors who are just looking at, Naveen, show me how I need to move my money. I'm not interested in sitting there day in and day out and like taking out a few pips here and there. I'm interested in what do I do with my money, where do I hold it, and how do I know how long I can hold it for. This is the general concept of, trend trading. How do you trend trade? you understand the buyers and sellers momentum like this. Okay, so hopefully this helps. We're gonna move it on to the seller sector now. Okay, we're gonna understand how the sellers work, and we see to do sellers, you must know when the buyers end, when the reign of the buyers end. So let's go on to the lesson for sellers.